Hello guys, welcome back to my world of programming. We're gonna do part two. So let's look at the agenda. We are done with the part one, and now we're doing part two, live demos and all that. But I feel like I still need to show you how everything come together. Please watch part one. Before doing so, please take a look at this YouTube channel of mine and make sure that you watch all the videos that I'm making right now about tutoring. They're uploaded on Lessons and Tips YouTube channel. Right there, you can watch uninterrupted. Right. So again, I'm gonna pick up from part one. Please go and watch that video all the way until the end. Right. So we are saying we need to go and check the service. A service is it's a unique umbrella that says, listen, do you want to know something? Do you want to get data from a database, or do you want to send data to a database? I will help you with that. I will send the request. You understand? And then I'll give that as a response. I'm capable of doing that. That's what we call services. You understand? Right. So here, let's start with this interface. I want you to watch everything that I'm showing you here and understand. Right. So this interface, iVersion update saves, you're gonna say it somewhere. The method is gonna return version updates model. We've already looked at this class from part one. Right, here it is. I'm expecting version, if that is public or not, what are the release notes, and when it was created. Right, asynchronously. Then I'm saying get one async. Then I'm passing what? I'm passing the platform. Do you want to check for Android, or do you want to check for iOS? Right. So now you understand that part. The implementation, therefore, right, I'm using HTTP client to send the request. Right. So I'm implementing that interface. This is the method that is coming from the interface. So first I'm having global variable there, and then in the constructor I'm initializing that guy, and then I'm saying, listen, timeout should be 10 minutes. I had there was a bug, that sometimes based on your connectivity it will take too long, but I'm not gonna get into that. Okay, so in here, based on the platform, this is what I'm expecting back because I'm retaining that guy, right? So first I have to say null, and I'm saying, listen, whatever that comes back is going to come in the form of JSON. HTTP client get string async. This is the URL, and this is the endpoint that you need to hit. And I'm going to give you the platform. I'll do this. I'll make a video independent on how the services are working. Right. For now, just know that if the JSON is not null, what I'm doing is that I'm going to convert it and deserialize the object into something that will make sense from JSON to my normal object, right? And I'm returning that. Okay, you understand that part. Let's go back to setup. So whether or not I get something, if this guy is null, I still need to check based on it. If it's null, what do we do again if it's null? Do I check? No, I don't do anything. But that's bad. Because if it's null, we need to know what happened. I need to show an error message. Okay, I have a small bug, because it's possible that's why I'm checking here. You see, I'm showing you the mistakes that I've already made, but I'm willing to rectify. This can return null because this by default is going to be null. If it's null for whatever reason, we can't get the response that we're looking for, or we can't make a connection to the server, to the web API, it's going to be null. So with that, we still need to be able to handle to say what happens if it's null, but this is incomplete. It's fine. Let me just do this so that I remember. Else, we need to do something to do. Right. But if it's not null, what we're doing is this. Okay, the first thing that we're going to extract out of this object is it public? Now, if it's public, so this is the data I'm talking about, this guy, right? So currently we are working on, as you can see, iPhone. I'm going to click this and I'll show you, right? So let's go back to the browser and let's go to the first one. So it's going to look for this guy and it's going to check. Remember, I'm on what? iOS. So platform is iOS. It's going to check, is it public? If it comes as is it true, what it's going to do is going to get inside. It's going to check, okay, there's a version internal. I'm gonna get the version number of this app, because when I fix the bug, I go beyond the current version. The current version right now on Apple Store, it's version 229. then the next release is going to be 2210. Does it make sense? Because I'm fixing the bug for what? For the next release, which is 2210, right? So that's what I'm doing. So when I submit this to Apple, then they will know that the new version with them is 2210. And when they approve it, now on the Apple Store, it's going to be 2210. Then when you launch it, it's going to check what is the current version. And you see that in a second. So that's what is internal. So app info version, I'm getting that. It's going to stay here. Then another thing that I'm doing is that the external. So this is internal, this is external. The one that comes from where? From the via web API. So I'm gonna say, listen, version updates model, go and check the version, right? And I want you to substitute this. So replace that with dots. Remember, I had to do that from the browser. If you look at this, all my versions are version 2_2_8. So what happens is this: when I send the request, it's going to be like this. Let's say it's get/version 2.2.8. But the problem is you can't do dots on the URL. So what I did, I substituted dots and say, you know what, I can be creative, underscore and underscore, right? So that this is healthy, right? So this is just an example. So what happens is this, this will go as exactly as it is. So every time I add a new version, it knows that I'm using underscores and I cannot make mistake here, because the mobile app, what it will do, it will substitute or replace underscore with dots. Okay, so that's the first part. Then the second part is that I'm gonna remove something, right? So what I remove is the V part, which is that one, right? I'm removing the V from the first index and one character, right? So I have that. So what it will do is that it's going to come as a v2_2_9. We are working with RS, right? This one, yes. So that's how it's going to come. It's going to be here. Then afterwards, it's going to be v2.2.9, right? So this is gonna be this guy. Then afterwards, it's going to be 2.2.9. Do you understand? So what I need is this guy. So I had to go all of that. Then I do what? Check the version internal. Does it match with the version external? If it matches, then continue to start up. Everything is good. But if it's not, I want you to save this data. We're gonna use it for version updates, right? Save what is the version, what is the release note, when it was created, and then I want you to go to version updates page, right? Remember we said if it is public, but what happens if it's not public, like it's false, right? It's not supposed to be public because I'm busy with the next update, which is what? Fixing the bugs, increasing the performance. The next one will be version 2.2.10. That I'm not going to release publicly. Do you understand? There's a complex feature, but I got it right. Cool. So if that is false, right, it's going to the else part where, okay, no, this is not meant to be public. Continue. Right. So then let me show you live. Let me first click here. Continue. It's checking right now. It's checking. It's checking. Exactly how I explained this. It's doing exactly that. I'll make a video of what this is. Where does it go? Give it a couple of seconds. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Remember, this is happening on the internet. So again, I have people connecting to my Wi-Fi. So yeah, you see, it went to start up a page depending on whether the version they match and if it was public, or whether or not if it was not public, it's gonna go to startup page, which is this is a startup page and it shows you the current version. On this app right now, it's version 2.2.9. You see, that means it matches. This is what executed. Then let me show you the difference. Listen, we're gonna do part 2. I want you to stick around. We're gonna do part 2. I can teach you all of this for 25 Rand per session, like step by step for a full hour, any day from Monday to Friday, from 8 p.m. until 9 p.m. You're gonna love this. You're gonna understand how programming works. Like every single thing that I did for lessons and tips, I can show you. Or if you know anyone who can learn all of this, using Microsoft Teams around this time where, it's quiet, the kids stop crying, I can teach you this. Let's meet in next part.